Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You watching the guest on Gabon 24, Dr. Paul Moussinga, assistant lecturer and researcher at Omabongo University, translator and conference interpreter, is our guest today. He comes from the English department of Omabongo University, specialist in British literature and civilization. Today's topic is the coronation of King Charles III and the place of Gabon within the Commonwealth of Nations. Sir, welcome to Gabon 24.
Thank you.
All right, that's pretty interesting. Well, sir, do you confirm the above presentation made about you?
Yes, I think it's pretty good. As you've said, I'm an assistant lecturer and researcher at the Omabongo University, and by the CAME standard, which should be the African Mauritian Contest for Higher Education. And you've been there, you know what I've been able to, what I can do there.
All right, that's pretty good. So what do you mean you are a translator and conference interpreter by profession? Do you mean that as a civil servant you are employed as such, or as an assistant lecturer at UOB?
No, I'm employed. When you go to university, it is true that before I managed, or I wrapped up my PhD, I was employed there on my, my translation and interpreting standards. And I also have a kind of intermediate degree, which I passed at the University of Lille in France, which is known formally as Docteur. And I was recruited there with the promise that I should go and wrap up my PhD. That's what I did. I'm a translator. During my freelance time, you know, when I have enough time, I can go and translate and interpret. But as a civil servant, I'm there as assistant lecturer and a researcher.
That's pretty good. The viewers certainly want to know, we've heard that interpreting and translating is a money-making business. How it goes? How does it go, definitely?
Yeah, it depends, you know. It just like, I would say, just like in medical activities, it depends on the opportunity you have. You can have fierce competition with some of your colleagues. One day you are called and the other you are not. It's the same with translation. Okay. And what's going on in Gabon today is that most of the people, just because they have lived in the country, in the United States or in Britain or in South Africa, they think they are translators and interpreters. But now it depends on what they produced on the field. Okay. Yes, there are good opportunities in translation and interpreting. If you find good market, it's such a good business. You can make money, and sometimes not. It depends on the kind of customers you have with you.
Very good. Thank you for all this information. So to get straight to the topic, on Saturday, May 6th, King Charles III was crowned King of Great Britain. Your comments on the ceremony and of the participation of Gabon in the event represented by the President of the Republic, Ali Bongo Ondimba.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to make some comments on the event itself on the 6th of May. I should first of all say that Britain is such a country, well, a nation which has very long traditions of the monarchy. It's been there for centuries. So, and the British people haven't seen the coronation of a monarch for almost 70 years. As it has happened, you know, the British just put all of them, made the efforts, all the endeavors in that so that the ceremony could be such a good coronation. And I think it was such a beautiful ceremony. It was a pretty good, you know, event worldwide.
Very good.
Now, you asked me about the Gabonese, you know, presence there in the United Kingdom as well. Yes, I can tell you that from the British point of view, you can tell how soft power is working there. You can tell that the British authorities are attracting other partners. And on the Gabonese side as well, you can tell that the Gabonese authorities, especially on the diplomatic aspect and economic aspect as well, they are endeavoring to also attract people. So if you can pull all those efforts together, you can only have the kind of scenario you have there between Gabon and the United Kingdom, and especially when Gabon also became a member of the Commonwealth.
Sure. When Gabon became a member of Commonwealth, we're going to talk about this. Doctor, is there a difference between the UK, Great Britain, and England? And is King Charles III, let's say, king of all this, or just a portion of this space?
That's a pretty good question, but it's such a tricky question. When you talk about the United Kingdom, you can see that you have England, you have Scotland, you have Wales, and Northern Ireland. So the kingdom has to gather all the 4 countries, I would say, on the British Isles. It is true there are small isles, such as the Isle of Man, the Isle of Wight, but regardless of those small islands, you have England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Those 4 countries make up the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Now, after that, you asked me what Great Britain is.
Yeah.
But if it's only Great Britain, you have the 3 countries. You have England, you have Scotland, and you have Wales.
Okay.
And nowadays, just because of the kind of logic you have, when they talk about Great Britain, today Northern Ireland can also be included.
Okay.
But England is just the 7th part of the British Isle, which is the most influential because the crown, the politics, and everything is carried out there in London, which is the capital
That's
of
pretty
England,
good.
even though it's the capital of the United Kingdom as well.
That's pretty good. Thank you one more time for being here. Let's say, Doctor, truly speaking, who rules the Commonwealth? If one said that the king or queen reigns but doesn't rule.
Yes.
Maybe as we only have some minutes remaining, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is there a difference? And if so, who rules definitely the Commonwealth?
No, I mean, the monarch, well, it was the queen just some months ago, but now it's King Charles III. The monarch reigns over the empire, over the United Kingdom, over the British Empire. But so said, the king is also the head of the Commonwealth. It's a kind of, how would I put it? It's just a kind of moral responsibility.
Okay.
It's a moral responsibility. He's there because he knows that he's the monarch and that he should really be there to represent people and make people all happy. All over the Commonwealth is represented.
All right, that's pretty good. So, definitely, what could be the king's policy towards the Commonwealth countries, such as Gabon, to be specific?
First of all, I should say that King Charles probably has been waiting for such a long time. You know, ladies usually live longer than women, and Queen Elizabeth, or late Queen Elizabeth, has been there since 1953. Can you imagine? I wasn't born myself.
My God.
I wasn't born. She's been reigning over the United Kingdom, over the British Empire for a number of years, about 70 years. But now I believe that Prince Charles has learned the job for so many years, and I think his first responsibility is, first of all, to say that she should walk into the steps of his mother, and probably do better than that, because today there are so many issues. You have environmental issues, you have the kind of political shifts. So some paradigms might be shifted so that the image of the king should be improved on a daily basis.
Pretty good. Unfortunately, we've come to the end of this program.
Dear.
I'm telling you, and I really apologize for that. But one key question: does the fact of Gabon belonging to Commonwealth now makes it an English-speaking country now, as would be Nigeria or Ghana?
We have such a long way to go. Gabon has become a member of the Commonwealth, well, just about some months ago, but it will be only gradually, step by step, that many Gabonese people will be interested in the English language, but it's not tomorrow that we'll reach the linguistic level of Nigeria, of Ghana, but we are on the right path.
That's pretty good. So now, how do you think the English department of Omabongo University can be involved in, let's say, in the Commonwealth education, I will say, system?
As I said to you, if the English department is invited, we are available, and we'll be very happy to assist in any English learning process as long as we are invited.
All right, that's pretty good. So you have a last word because we've come to the end of this television program.
Okay, well, if I have a word to say is that English, first of all, is a very beautiful language, English, a beautiful language, and Gabon joining the Commonwealth is also a good thing so that we can have kind of partnership, economic partnerships, and we can also kind of enhance the democratic values that we have in our countries, and that will help Gabon to be open up to the world as well.
All right. Doctor, you are Dr. Moussinga.
Yeah.
You are a research assistant. You are a researcher and assistant lecturer in the English department at Omabongo University.
Exactly.
We thank you very much for accepting our invitation today. We hope to see you next time.
Okay, thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you. Goodbye. Ladies and gentlemen, you just watched the guest on Gabon 24. We had Dr. Moussinga, who is an assistant lecturer and researcher in the English department of Omabongo University. I hope to see you next time. As for me, I say goodbye for now. Thank you.